Good Wednesday afternoon, folks, and welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living Live. I'm your host, Todd Cartner. And if you're looking for anything to do with entertainment, local businesses, dining, and of course, my favorite real estate, then Myrtle Beach Living is where you want to be. Today, I'm happy to have with us Danny Vulin, who is with Gator Strong Services, and he is the one of the co-owners. And he actually got his buddy Jim to join us as well, who's the other owner. And we're going to get them right here on the screen. Let's try it. There we go. Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing, Todd?
I'm great. Thanks for joining us. I only have Danny's name on the lower third there because I didn't know Jim was going to be able to join us, but we'll add you in there somehow, Jim. Appreciate you guys joining. Let's see. Danny's the one in the hat on the right, and Jim is on the left. So tell us a little bit about you guys and where you're from originally, your family, that kind of stuff. Let's get to know you.
Actually, funny story on that one. I grew up born in New Jersey, grew up in Pennsylvania, been in North Carolina now for about 17 years. Jim, on the other hand, is from New Jersey as well. Little do we know, after meeting here in Myrtle Beach, I don't know, about 10 years ago, we're from the exact same town, New Jersey. So, full circle.
That's funny how that happens, but down here in Myrtle Beach, I know you guys have an office in Wilmington as well, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But in Myrtle Beach, it really is a small town. Once you get to know a few people, it's funny how it works. But everybody kind of knows somebody or knows somebody that knows that person pretty easy. So, well, what got you guys into the fencing and the guttering or shutter? I'm sorry, business.
Well, I grew up in the fence business. My uncle owned a fence company my whole life. So when I was younger, I was always in and around it. Became partners with my uncle about 12 years ago. At that time, one of the suppliers that I used to get my material from was Jim. Jim was a broker and used to sell material. So he was actually one of my vendors. His son worked for me for a period of time as well. About almost 4 years ago now, we got together. Jim was looking for something different to do. He wanted to do something here local. He just moved down here full-time to Myrtle Beach from New Jersey and initially started working for me. Very quickly, that turned into just a real good fit, and we became partners back in the summer of 2017.
Well, that's awesome. Let me remind our guests that's watching, or our viewers that are watching, if you have any questions for Danny or Jim or myself, please type those in your comments, and we'll get those answered live here on the show, or you can call us at 843-246-7474. So you kind of led into this a little bit, Danny, but how did Gator Strong get started? I know that you moved down here and got there, but what gave you that idea to start your own business?
Well, I was partners with my uncle in a company called Metro Fence, and him and I split up, and I was just in a position where, I enjoyed what I was doing. I wanted to continue. I had made a lot of good contacts. I had, learned a lot of skills in this industry, and I went off on my own and started Gator Strong. Yeah.
Well, I love the name, and it tells you that you're a strong company. It gives you that impression. Of course, gators are big here in this area as well. Several of the schools have the gator as a mascot, so that's pretty cool. I know I touched base a little bit that you have an office in Wilmington. You also have one here in Myrtle Beach. But what area do you cover? I know that your service area is much larger than just those two towns.
Sure. Pretty much we cover everything from Charleston to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and everything in between.
Wow, that's a large coverage area.
Yeah.
You guys are busy, I know, and our viewers that are watching, if you notice, they're in their vehicle. They're actually on a job site today, so they're joining us from there. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about the shutter side of the business first. As you know, as everybody knows that's watching, that the Carolinas are prone to hurricanes, and your company offers a solution to help protect your home with many different options of shutters. Let's talk about a few of those. What's the most popular, that kind of stuff.
Sure. So I had this vision. I want to go back a little bit, how we got into the hurricane business. So I was sitting on my couch one night and I'm thinking about something Danny and I could do with the tools, trucks, equipment we have currently that we can see what else these homeowners really need that we can tackle. So I'm sitting down, I'm picking my brain, and I came up with hurricane protection. I made a couple calls to a couple vendors. They came right out. They set us up. We had everything we need. We had a couple different tools, nothing crazy, a couple new ladders, and we were full-fledged in the hurricane business. So the vendors that we got connected with, we do these roll-down shutters, accordion shutters, aluminum panels, and we do colonials and Bahamas. Most of the competitors here in town really don't do the roll downs, and it's something that really took off for us. A roll down shutter is a reel that stays in a hood that can come down manually or with the remote control or with the Alexa app on your phone, which is called a Somfy with a Somfy motor. So you could be sitting, if you have a vacation property in Myrtle Beach, you live in the north, and there's a hurricane coming, you don't have to call anybody. You go to your app on your phone and you say, close all shutters on Beach House, and your whole home will be protected in 45 seconds from a voice command. So we really do have a lot of options in the hurricanes.
That absolutely is remarkable. You know, I have had clients in the past that had the aluminum panels where you slide it into the track at the top and then use the wing nuts on the bottom, which actually one of the neighbors showed me that you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get a little drill bit that works on those wing nuts. And boy, that sped it up a lot, especially when I was taking them down. But I had this house listed, and the guy had the shutters up, and we had a risk of a hurricane. He said, hey, can you go put up the shutters? And I'm like, sure, I'll be glad to. It's a lot of work if you're doing it by yourself, especially the first time. But boy, they do make a big difference. That's for sure. I like that idea of the automatic. So that really could help out a homeowner that has a vacation property. That's cool. I do see that Beverly's joining us today from, she's watching on YouTube. Hey, Beverly, thanks for joining us again. So let's go in. You talked about the different kinds. What is the most popular? Which shutter do you get the most requests for? And then also, which one do you recommend if that is different than which one's the most popular and why?
Well, the most popular one is the aluminum panels that you explained already with the wing nuts. And it's the most cost-effective one. But depending on the customer, you have to look at the customer and say, okay, are we getting older? Are we young? The older you get, it is harder to do. You know, it's not the easiest thing to do when you're of age. So then the second most popular is the roll down, for sure. And we became a big part of that in town here. We really, really push these roll downs, and people love them. The older people love them because they don't have to get on a ladder. They don't have to take anything out of their garage. We have a crank, the motor, or spring loaded. So there's 3 ways to operate the roll down. Yes, they are more money, but it is the easiest.
Well, you get what you pay for, right?
Absolutely. And it's a permanent solution. You know, it's up there year round, so you can use it as security as well.
And one thing that I get across to our viewers is that hurricane season sneaks up on us very quickly. And most customers want to call you in April and May. And most of the hurricane companies here, you won't even get your shutters of the hurricane season if you call us that early. So we're trying to educate our customers to do the hurricane protection in the winter months, so you don't ever have to worry about that fear of not getting them put on. Because we tell the customers in May, I understand you signed a contract with us, but you're probably going to miss this season because the volume of the people that want these things when the news shows a hurricane coming is tremendous.
Sure.
So be prepared and buy them early.
You guys don't know this because we hadn't met before today, but I retired from the fire department here, and you know,
I'm a retired firefighter.
Oh, there you go. We did a lot of fire prevention and all kinds of stuff, and it's one of those things that until you need it, you don't realize that you do need it. And you know, whether it's learning CPR and, you know, a family member passes away, now you need to learn it. You know, you're behind the 8 ball. So getting prepared, you're absolutely right. That would be so such a need, especially if you have a vacation home and you live out of town. And you know, a lot of our viewers are up in the Northeast as well, and they have vacation homes here. So that is a good way to get that information out there. And Beverly does have a question for us. Let's ask that. She says, are the roll downs charged by the foot?
They're charged by
I
the
guess
square foot. Yeah.
by the square footage. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
So there you go, Beverly. Hopefully I answered your question. So guys, I tell you what, I know that you do the shutters and you're great with that, but you also do a lot with the fencing. So let's come back after the break and we're going to talk about the fencing side of the business. So you guys stay tuned, and remember, if you have any questions for our guest today, make sure you answer that or ask those in your whatever platform you're watching on, and we'll get those on there. We'll be right back after the message.
Thanks.
Every client is unique and has different needs. Whether it's a growing family, a first-time buyer, an investor, or someone looking to downsize, I am here to help guide them through the process. My name is Todd Cartner. I am a realtor with Exit Coast Real Estate Pros. I serve Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, and there is no place I would rather have my family call home. You need a realtor you can trust and will put your needs first. I want to become your lifetime realtor. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, please give me a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. All right, folks, welcome back to Myrtle Beach Living Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and today we have with us Danny Vulin and his partner Jim, who are with the Gator Strong Services, right? Gator Strong Services.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, we just talked about before the break about the hurricane shutters and how cool they are. And they also have the roll down shutters that can be done remotely. That's pretty good. And so we're going to, if you have any questions on that or you missed it, we'll go to their website and we'll give you that here in just a moment. We do have Tom that's joining us, and he says, I do love working for Gator Strong Services. Tom is their marketing guy over there. So thanks for joining us, Tom. So, Danny, right before the commercial break, we talked about the hurricane shutters, and I know a large part of your company is the fence and electronic gate systems. Tell us a little bit about the different types you have there and which one's most popular.
Sure. We're a full service company on the fence and gate side. We do everything. We do small backyard work. We do commercial work. We do industrial work. We've worked on the base up at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. We do work for many of the major builders right now. We're actually in the truck right now because we're on a massive job for D.R. Horton, the largest builder here in the Myrtle Beach area. We do all of their perimeter work. So right now we've got multiple crews and a bunch of equipment running right now. So, and we're hands-on owners. So we're out in the field, sure things are done right. Depending on where we're at. So here in South Carolina, we tend to do a lot more aluminum and vinyl fence. As we come over to North Carolina, up towards the Wilmington area, we do probably about 50% wood up in the Wilmington area, where maybe about 10% of the fence we do in Myrtle Beach is wood. So really varies, based on, the area, whether we're in the Myrtle Beach area or the Wilmington area. But we do pretty much everything. Access controls, gate systems, pool systems for communities. Recently we did a gate out at the airport in Wilmington, a 40-foot electronic security gate. So we do a little bit of everything.
Well, that's pretty cool. And you kind of mentioned it. You're working with D.R. Horton. I've actually sold a lot of their homes to clients as well. And you're right. There's a lot of fence in their neighborhoods. It is kind of cool.
Now, I'll tell you, we're up in Hidden Brook, up in Little River.
Show you right now.
That's all you see is fence. Well, I'm sure with the growth in Horry County, you guys are staying pretty busy. About different types of fence and which ones are popular in different areas. But if you had one that you would really just stand out and say, this is something not only that is durable, that's going to last for a long time, it's also pretty cost effective versus some of the other ones maybe.
It's vinyl. You
Vinyl.
got to go with the vinyl for that.
Yeah. It's going to give you the least amount of maintenance. It's going to give you the option of privacy or enclosure. So you could have a picket vinyl fence, you could have privacy vinyl fence. You know, they work for security, for privacy, for pools. So really, it's a very versatile product, and again, very low maintenance.
Sure. Well, I know that I mentioned this when we were backstage before the show, but I'm in the process of putting a fence up in my yard. And one of the things I was interested in is one of the electronic gates, or at least a sliding gate on that. Talk a little bit about those. And I'm sure, Jim, you mentioned earlier about the shutters being able to open and close by your phone. I'm sure you can do that with the gates with the technology today as well.
Absolutely. We've got some really cool systems that we've been working with. So we've got a cell phone system it's probably our most popular access control. It comes from a company called East Coast Gate Operators. They're out of Charlotte, and they actually make a cellular phone system. So somebody comes up to your gate, they hit a button, and it rings you on your cell phone no matter where you're at. You can let them in, you can give them access. Super cool. There's apps on the phone where you can, open your gate, close your gate. It'll let you know if your gate's open. You can set access for, certain times, for deliveries, things like that. So there's really a lot of options, but technology to come out with is just awesome lately.
It is absolutely crazy. You're absolutely right there. So what kind of cost are we talking about on one of those electronic gates, or even one that is, just a manual sliding gate type thing as opposed to a barn door type?
One thing I will say on the electronic gate, the variance is, it's massive. You go there's on a very small scale. You may be looking at $4,000 or $5,000 for a full operational system, or some of the more high tech side. Right over at the FA Tower here in Myrtle Beach, we did security gates back there a couple years ago, and those are $50,000 gate operators. So it really varies depending on what you need to do, what kind of options are necessary, things like that.
And size, I'm sure.
Sure, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the pros and cons of different types of fences. Just, I don't want to get too much into it because you've got a lot of information on your website that we'll throw up here in just a moment. But, like, for example, one of the things you mentioned for the Myrtle Beach or Horry County area is that the vinyl fences are more popular. And part of that is because of the salt air that is going to destroy the wooden fences a lot faster as well. So just some of the pros and cons that you guys normally tell a client.
Well, sometimes we don't have a choice to what we can tell you, because the HOA tells you what kind of fence you're allowed. Right. So sometimes a neighborhood is just the black aluminum fence, and some are vinyl. So that doesn't. It depends on the HOA. But the two most popular ones in the building, in the back homes, are the aluminum fence and the vinyl privacy fence.
Yeah, I like the aluminum black, where it's more like an open fence where you can see through it. Mm-hmm. One of my clients just installed one of those, and it absolutely looks fabulous. I really like it. As a matter of fact, on every other post, they actually put a solar light that lights up the whole backyard at night. I was impressed at how much it did. Solar lights have come a long way as well. They're not as dim as they used to be. They are getting brighter. So, well, guys, that pretty much wraps up my questions. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I just really appreciate the opportunity, share a little bit about our business, to connect and to network with, other professionals and other business owners out there. So we really appreciate the opportunity today. Thank you.
Please visit our website at gator-strong.com. Check
Yep, I just
look
put
at
that
those rolling shutters going up and down. Have some videos, and you'll see it all.
Local number here for Myrtle Beach, and that's 843-650-8480.
Correct.
That is correct.
Jim's making sure I'm right. I appreciate that, Jim. So he's making sure that I was right on that one. So, well, guys, thanks so much, and I hope we get you some business out there, and we'll be in touch soon. So thanks again for joining us, Gay. And guys, next week, join us. It's our first show of 2021, and I hope everyone has a happy new year. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Ah.